functionality to customers. Is there anything in the
over there stop talking? It's hard to hear them.
marketing pipeline for mainstream advertising to bring in more buyers and maybe less sellers?
Yep. So the question was, what we've been talking a lot about functionality in the site, but what about marketing? What are we doing to market to the more to the mainstream and to bring buyers to the site? So there is a lot going on in marketing. I refer you to there's a couple of posts in the store. One from just a few weeks ago. They're called Talking Marketing. We developed. Let me step back again for a little bit of context. I introduced a series last year that I started, and I was calling it Talking Shop. And it was just sort of like what's going on from my view of the world. And then as I hired more people to lead different parts of the company, we really have to sort of push that out. So there's now the person who heads up all the sort of product efforts writes Talking Product, and then we have Talking Marketing, we have Talking Tech. And we're trying to get these posts up pretty much every quarter. So you can read actually quite specifically what we're doing. But just to answer your question here, we are doing a lot. I think more than you probably realize. I'll mention a few things. We are doing the sort of marketing, there's all different kinds of marketing, right? I would say that a top level point is I don't actually believe that much in traditional marketing, so you need to know that up front. Traditional means spend money on TV, for example. We're probably not going to do that. A, because we don't have the money, and B, I'm not sure it's effective. I think the number one thing we can do for all of you in marketing is create what we've done, which is a very significant word of mouth and a very significant long tail of referral traffic that comes to Etsy, right? So let me explain what I mean. When you have a web, you guys know this from your own site. When you have a site, you have a lot of different sources of traffic, and we look at our traffic too. And for a lot of big sites, whether it's commerce or media, search engines are key, right? So how many people, when you start to look for anything, whether it's a research topic or something that you want to buy, where do you start? Google. Okay, so that is, obvious, but important to point out. So this is a phenomenon, and we have to work with that, and that means, a lot of emphasis on search engine optimization, and hopefully you've seen a little bit more action on that front from us. That's number one. Organic and word of mouth. So the investments that we make in the blog serve a lot of different purposes. One is the information for sellers that we were talking about, but an equally important purpose of the blog is to distribute content into the internet that can be linked back to Etsy. So, it's a phenomenon referred to sometimes as link juice. It's extremely important because it's how you rank in Google is, in part determined by how many people are linking to you. And so Etsy does very well in this regard. This all may sound like mumbo jumbo to you, but I can't tell you how important it is, right? So the fact that we have, if we look at the referral sources of traffic to Etsy, there is an enormous long tail. What do I mean by long tail? A lot of sites that go on kind of forever that refer traffic to Etsy. That is a very positive thing, right? It means that we're not relying on 2, 3, 4, 10 sites for all of our traffic. It means a lot of people are talking about Etsy, and that's great. So the number one thing I would argue that the way for us to market is word of mouth, search engine marketing, and social media marketing. So social media marketing, of course, means Facebook and Twitter, but not just Facebook and Twitter. If you don't, how many people in the room are using Twitter? Okay, great. How many people are using Facebook? Right, so you've seen from us, these are projects that we've prioritized because they do relate to marketing. So when we put Facebook Connect on the site, why do we do that? Because an underlying principle is sharing, right? And when you or a buyer find something on Etsy, or you make a treasury, or you put together some kind of favorites list, it's fun to share that. And to make it easy to share that with your friends who are already on Facebook is a great thing for you guys. That's actually marketing, right? Because people are sharing out their choices on Facebook or Twitter, and then people are coming back to look at those things. So the first point I would make back to you is a lot of what we're doing that's extremely valuable wouldn't fall into the bucket of like traditional marketing. Traditional being defined as kind of the big media channels. The other things that we're doing, we have done a little bit of online display advertising. We tell you on the blog where we're doing that. We did a buyer survey back in the beginning of the summer, and part of what we were after is to find out what their media habits are. So what magazines are they reading, what websites are they visiting, what blogs are they visiting, and we got that information, and we basically, that's how we determined where our online display advertising was going to go. Mostly blogs. We've tried a little bit in the past some print advertising. I mean, the thing with any of the major media, print, even radio, TV, you need a lot of reach and frequency over time to make it effective. And that costs a lot of money and it's very difficult to measure. So marketing channels that we're really focused on are word of mouth, social, search engine marketing, and email, very importantly. So I put on that sheet, on your sign-up sheet, I didn't phrase it very well, but what I was trying to say to you is, do you guys know that Etsy has emails that we use for marketing? And if you're not already signed up for them, maybe you want to be. Email is a very effective marketing channel for us. For buyers, for sellers, it's a way to reach people directly and share with them. So I hope that answers your question. We have a lot of information on the site about what we're actually doing, specific information under Talking Marketing. Over here with